disappear. And we're photographing it, and we're seeing it, and we're watching it, and we're looking around, and everyone's mouths are wide open. A lot of times these craft, they pop in and out so fast that to try and capture them on a telephoto lens is next to impossible.
While in deep meditation, they heard a being walking behind them, phasing in and out of 3D space-time. Marconi adjusted his camera to shoot in the direction that Dr. Greer pointed. All of a sudden, a teardrop-shaped trans-dimensional object materialized between Ed Moen and a medical student, which was witnessed by most of the circle.
We reviewed my photos from that particular time, and there on the hillside, standing behind a man named Ed Moen, was this being that everyone's like, whoa, what is this?
This being has a very triangular face and has been seen on a number of our expeditions, and they are known as master healers.
He wore hearing aids in both ears, and he couldn't hear, half the things people were saying to him.
I had hearing loss, from high school. I would avoid parties and social settings where lots of people would gather together because it was uncomfortable not to be able to hear. Got to my room and I felt this draw to go back out there. So I got up and walked out, and I saw this red light out in the middle of the desert about 300 feet away or so. I connected with it right away. I could feel it and knew that it was aware of me, and that it was indeed the thing that was calling me. So I invited it to come and hang out. At one point, Daniel heard me talking to this red orb, and he couldn't believe it either. Went and got his camera and took a short video clip of this red orb.
He said that for the next 45 minutes he had a communication with them, and at the end of the conversation he said, "Do you think you can do something about my hearing?"
Got some sleep, and when I woke up, I went out to breakfast with some of the people in the group. I had hearing aids, and they weren't with me at breakfast. And it was a very emotional event for me to discover
you got his hearing back?
that I could hear everything everyone was saying at the table. And not only at my table, but at tables away from me. And I haven't worn my hearing aids since. I had a hard time bring them here. They do a very good job, but not as good as the ETs did. It's changed my life. It really has. That's the part that gets.
I didn't know this happened to him until I saw him the next day on the hammock. And he was just relating the story, and he was crying like a baby. And just to watch the emotion coming out of him was very moving, and he's had perfect hearing since then.
My takeaway from the event and from my experience with the ETs is that they've been in my life a long time.